Explain like I'm 5. Why are testicles outside the body? I know it's for temperature reasons, i.e. keeping things cooler than the body's 37 degrees Celsius internal temperature. But why? Edit. Yes, it's a heat wave and I am cursing my testicles. Current theory is that being cooler slows down sperm's metabolic rate, so it's easier to stockpile. When sperm enter a woman, they seem to speed up. This is actually a really important question with a lot of implications. One reason they are outside the body is to assist in the rapid and accurate transcription of DNA. At higher temperatures, for some reason, this is hard to do. The mammals that do have internal testes, e.g. elephant, must compensate by having upregulated mechanisms responsible for repairing DNA damage transcription mistakes. If you want to read up on this topic, you unfortunately will have to search the phrase hot testicle hypothesis tears of joy. As far as I am informed, the fact that sperm survival is enhanced under the colder temperature is simply a secondary feature, i.e. they adapted to survive in these cold conditions. Initially, in evolutionary terms, testicles were located inside the body, but several convergent independent evolutionary transitions propagated their externalization. As high pressures within the body cavity during fast running, e.g. a lot of mammals, led to the destruction of genetic material within the sperm cells. But in the end, I guess it remains an unresolved debate. I am not a biologist, but I googled this for you. Sperm have a short shelf life at body temperature, less than an hour. So keeping them a few degrees cooler allows the body to stockpile them until ready to engage in sex. We could have adapted with different heat-resistant sperm, with external testicles. Or we could have kept low pregnancy rates and possibly died out. Nature chose the external testicles for us a long time ago, and we are now overpopulating the planet. Success? Well, to answer that question, look no further than the data on tight underwear versus loose underwear. The tighter the underwear, the lower the sperm count. The ideal temperature for sperm to survive long enough for us to stockpile enough sperm is lower than body temperature. This is a feature in almost all mammals. Why are sperm any more heat sensitive than other high turnover cells in the body, like marrow and gut? There's a muscle attached to your testes that pulls them up towards your abdominal cavity or lets them hang loose to control their temperature. Your little swimmers need some consistently controlled maintenance in order for the little guys to be motive. Because God, unlike what religious people say, does not have good design skills. It almost makes me believe in evolution. Cells are just a collection of chemicals. And chemicals have very specific properties. Maintaining a proper environment for certain chemicals relies on two things: pH levels and temperature. If a chemical is in an inadequate environment, it will cease to function or break apart, denature. God is a woman. Men are typically physically stronger, and testosterone can cause aggression. That's why testicles are outside the body. I've always assumed it was to have something to constantly adjust. We are simple creatures. Cold sweat smile. You could always get M removed if they keep bothering you. No nuts? No sweat. I don't understand your confusion. You literally answered your own question. Temperature is the best theory reason that we're aware of. So what are you confused about? As with anything evolutionary, having testicles outside the body somehow improved the likelihood that viable sperm would meet a mate's egg. Elephants' testicles are actually inside the body. I, personally, find it an evolutionary slight that it's entirely plausible for sperm to function fine with internal structures, but our short straw makes these guys a daily annoyance. Having external testes is like having a stocked cooler in your garage. You're always ready to go. If a party breaks out? Agree. This is a good question. Standard explanation is up the testes need to remain cooler for whatever reason. Doesn't make sense though evolutionarily. Why wouldn't it favor just testes? These that run hotter. Maybe vestigial holdover from other animals that have testicle size color as an important part of their social interactions. Just thinking out loud. Well, little Johnny. Sorry. Couldn't resist XD. Your cells are very sensitive to various things. Your skin, for instance, is made of a few good layers of dead cells to be a buffer inside you. Sperm in particular is highly much heat or cold and they die. And your sperm count drops. Too long in that state will make you infertile. So simulate in a shower. Start it off super cold. Your ball sack will shrink, get super tight to warm your supermarket via body heat. Then, crank it hot. Your sack will sag in an effort to keep your body from overheating cells. To give guys something to play with when they pee so they don't get bored? I reckon it's for two reasons, the first being that it allows the testicles to produce gametes at a preferable temperature for splitting and correct duplication. And also to allow them to be protected but still have access to solar radiation for mutation and evolution. Sea creatures, reptiles and birds have internal ones. It seems to be partly temperature and partly safety. In Evo Bio the solution is simple. It was either directly procreationally advantageous, or it was connected to a gene that was advantageous and the secondary effect wasn't disadvantageous. For example, in many birds and reptiles the testicles and penis, if there isn't just a cloaca, are internal because it was more advantageous to be located inside. For mammals, who knows? For some species it's beneficial for cooling and as something of a form of birth control for out-of-season mating. For humans, we're far enough along the evolutionary tree the decision was never granted. I always wondered why the whole darn package wasn't designed to be inside. Seems so inconvenient. While there are many theories, it can basically be split into two parts. 1. Lower temperature produces better quality sperm. 2. Semen produced at lower temperature has a better chance at fertilizing an egg, be it due to the higher quality semen, the semen being colder than the vagina. Maybe the uterus sucks up the semen better that way. Maybe it swims better. I do not know, since it's based on conjectures and hypotheses as of when I last read about this.